Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Lovely viewers. It's of Zongo Startup Summit 2023, the largest startup community in Ghana, where entrepreneurs, business people, startups gather to discuss business and entrepreneurship. Stay tuned as we interact with some stakeholders.
The Zongo in reality is not the Zongo I sense in this background. What at all inspires the hatred against us in our own campgrounds?
We have the founder of Zongovation Hub with us. Assalamu alaikum, Habibi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Mahmoud Jaja. I'm the founder and CEO of Zongovation Hub.
Chief Executive Officer of Zongovation Hub. Tell us, what is Zongovation Hub about?
So Zongovation Hub is an innovation hub, community innovation hub. What we do is that we create opportunities for young people in Zongo communities through technology and innovation. We started in 2018 to support entrepreneurship across Zongo communities. So we started with training of young people in software development, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. After the training, we want them to become tech entrepreneurs. So we've now moved to the entrepreneurship phase to train young people in becoming entrepreneurs. So you will see that under this Zongo Startup Summit, what we are trying to do is that we are bringing experienced entrepreneurs and business people to come and listen to young entrepreneurs. And then for the young entrepreneurs to also learn, okay, from the challenges and successes of these successful entrepreneurs. So alhamdulillah, we under the Ghana Economic Transformation Project of the Ministry of Finance and the World Bank in partnership with NEIP. NEIP is the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Zongovation App is part of the hubs selected to do this training. So we train these young entrepreneurs, 20 of them, for a period of 4 months, which is the incubation phase. Then after the incubation phase, they'll come and pitch their ideas, which they are still doing today. So after the pitch, then they'll go to the acceleration. Acceleration is when we give them funding to start their businesses. So they will be running their business. So it's practical, to build young business leaders for Zongo community.
Solid impact. Tell us, how did the Zongo Startup Summit come about? This is the first time in our community. How did it come about?
In actual fact, this is the third edition of the Zongo Startup Summit, but this time around is the biggest. We organized the first two editions were just a smaller version of what we wanted to do, but now because of the support we have from NEIP and then the Ministry of Finance, we decided to do it big. So this is actually the biggest community startup event in Ghana. So you could see the number of dignitaries that came. So we are going to organize this every year, inshallah. We train the young entrepreneurs, and then they will come on the demo day. Demo day is the startup summit to present whatever they have. So this is the third time we are organizing this, inshallah.
Huge impact, huge impact. What does the future look like? After this, what next? What should we expect?
Inshallah. So what we are trying to do is that we are launching an initiative called the Decade for Zongo Entrepreneurship from 2024 to 2034. This 10-year period, we are going to try and actively support young entrepreneurs in the Zongo community. We're going to give them training, we're going to give them funding. So they'll come to Zongovation Hub for training, we'll mobilize resources to support them. We want the Zongo communities to become the hub of startups and entrepreneurship. We are building a startup community for the Zongo community. So this is just the beginning. Inshallah, expect more from next year, inshallah.
Huge impact, huge impact. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Mahmoud Jaja. So we are here at the largest community startup event in Ghana. It's the Zongo Startup Summit 2023. We just had the CEO, Mr. Mahmoud Jaja. Do enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be interacting with more people, more business people about this startup event. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Habibi, what's your name?
My name is Mohammed Abdul Hamid.
Mr. Mohammed Abdul Hamid, what do you do?
I'm a project manager and I'm an international business consultant as well for PCG and a Cambridge Center.
Solid. What would you have to say? Zongo Startup Summit.
This is very innovative platform, and I saw that there's an opportunity for them to meet potential investors and all these business experts who are giving them input on how to evolve their business ideas. I think events like this should happen often in our communities so that we call them social spaces. They create opportunity, they create learning opportunity, they create investment opportunities, they create networking opportunities. And we need to see more and more of some of these events in our communities. Definitely, we need to see that.
Sure. So what would you say to young entrepreneurs, young startups, especially in our Zongo communities? What message do you have to them? Because our youngsters, when they start something and they don't see growth and they face one or two challenges, you will realize they'll back off and they'll go and get another thing doing. What message do you have for them?
Well, I think my message to them is simple. They should seek help before they break down. That is the another thing with businesses. You feel you have to do it alone. You feel you are the only person handling it and you are the only person who care about your business. But once you make yourself available to learn and obtain help, there's a lot of help around you. You can't build it on your own. The challenges that affect businesses 5 years ago are more severe today and they have changed. And so you need to be around people who are deep rooted in the environment, who can advise you, who can consult for you, and give you necessary guidance. Incubation hubs, business incubation hubs are avenues for some of these things. Myself, I lead the Zongo Business Incubator, where we also provide technical support for businesses, but our businesses are informal businesses, right? We focus on informal business. People are selling rice, banku, people are doing business on the street. The Zongo has a lot of them as well, right? So we focus on such people. What we do is that we develop systems and models that will help handle their business management aspect while they focus on advancing their product and services. So when you have such support system, people will not be overwhelmed with the work. And that is rightfully what Zongovation Hub is trying to do for formal and technology-oriented businesses. Create a supportive environment so that the young people you are saying that are overwhelmed with the work and the entrepreneurship journey, they don't feel that and they need this support now. Because back then it was easier, but today today the obstacles are more. And so more of these, I think we don't have enough of this. And we will need more of this from different organizations, different partners to come into play to make this happen.
Definitely, we need more of this. My outfit, anyway, is by Borderline Clothing. You can reach Borderline Clothing on 054 8759. Mr. Mo, what is your last word?
Zongovation Hub, yes. They are a sister organization in the youth development space, just like the Zongo Business Incubator. They have taken the lead in advancing technology in our communities, and I think they deserve all the support that they need. Myself, some of my team members from Zongo Business Incubator, we are all here to support. We are seeing some of the businesses. We are providing business advice. But this is all on the blind side of Zongovation Hub, and it has to happen on the blind side. There's very little, there's so much to do, and there's very little that has been done. So everybody has a part to play. Zongovation Hub has taken the lead in their part. We have our part to play as organizations, as individuals, as entities. So I think the vision is clear, and so everybody should just pick their part of the puzzle, and let's just run with it. Yeah.
Solid message out there. Thank you for joining us more. We are still here at the Zongo Startup Summit here at the National Mosque of Ghana. We're discussing business in the Zongo community. Stay tuned as we interact with more people. Can you tell us your name?
I'm Osman Hassan Daru.
Osman Hassan Daru. What do you do?
Okay, from Daru Smart Cleaning and Laundry. We are a cleaning and laundry company.
Okay, Zongo Startup Summit. What does this mean to you? What does this event mean to you?
This event means a lot to me because I'm hailing from Zongo, born from Zongo. And this is meant for Zongo. I think when we talk entrepreneurship, the genesis of entrepreneurship is from Zongo. The vendors, the retailers, they are all Zongos. So this is meant for Zongo and we must be here.
What's your message to startups, people who are starting businesses in the Zongo communities, people who are not depending on the government to give them job? What is your message to them?
I think I'm an example myself. Having graduated from university, I realized going for government to give me a job will be a problem. Since I have the idea, since from school, I need to, implement the idea. So we started, and gradually we are employing almost 20 employees now.
Impressive.
And my advice to our young ones coming is they should take this upon themselves. It is actually God-given. And by holding on to it, being consistent and persistent, they will get there. It is difficult, there's no doubt about it, but it's a test of time. Within some short time, even if it would take it, I used to say this, even if it would take a decade for you to get there, just hold on. By the time you get there, it will be easy, soft, and everything will be going on the system.
By the time you get there, everything will be soft. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
We are still here at the National Mosque of Ghana, where we are talking entrepreneurship. We are connecting with business people, business persons who are in the Zongo entrepreneurship space. We have one solid journalist here. Can you introduce yourself?
Salut Shaibu Sarauta, that's the name.
Solid. Thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
It's the Zongo Startup Summit, the 3rd edition, and this is the largest startup event in Ghana. What would you have to say?
First and foremost, I would say I'm impressed. Mahmoud, the initiator of this whole project, I knew him some 8-9 years back. I actually, when he was about to start this, he called and spoke to me about it. He's someone I know who pushes things whenever he starts something. He tries to just get it done. And of course, to be very, very truthful, I'm very, very much impressed. I know Mahmoud and I know what he can do. So with this startup stuff, we don't have it. We've never heard of it in the Zongos. But here we are. Mahmoud has brought it, and here we are seeing the fruits of it. And I've seen the pitching. I'm impressed, especially looking at the caliber of people all from the Zongos with these ideas. I think the sky is the limit for the Zongo.
Definitely the sky is the limit. So what would you say? What message do you have for young entrepreneurs in our communities who are trying to create businesses? What would you say to them? Because it seems a lot of them, when they start, when there are challenges, then they stop. What would you have to say? And what support would you say we can give to them?
First and foremost, I'm impressed about some of the speakers. The first one being the Minister of State, Amin Anta, what he said. He gave examples of we as a baby, even before you start walking, you fall, but you still won't give up until you start walking. So this definitely shows you that whenever you start something, the challenges will come, but what you should do is just forge ahead, stand up, and you will get there. And then to you, Hafiz TV, to me, and what the only support is, we just give you the exposure, like Hafiz TV is doing now. Some of us will also do that, but all will also do in another ways. We'll support you by mentoring you, giving you the right advices for you to get there. And inshallah, we'll all get there, inshallah.
Definitely, we'll all get there. So what are your last words?
My last words, straight into the cameras. Zongo youth, the Zongo we knew then, it's not the Zongo we are seeing now. Alhamdulillah, we are getting there. Now, whenever we go out there and say you are from the Zongo, just open your chest and say yes, be proud, because the Zongo, the narrative is changing with what we are seeing now. When it comes to media, when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to whatever, the Zongo is now, pitching camp with all the others. And inshallah, like I mentioned earlier, we'll get there. So you come on board, especially the youth. These are the only opportunities you have for you to also showcase what you have. We have the talents abound. What we'll do is, let's just get the platform, and then the world will see the different Zongo we wanted to be seen all over.
The Zongo we knew isn't the Zongo we have now. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Saliu Shaibu Sarauta. Thank you so much. We are still here at the Zongo Startup Summit happening right here at the National Mosque of Ghana. We have our sister joining us, Hajia Mamatu. We have our sister joining us, Hajia Mamatu Sharif. Your sisters and kids are watching you, Zongo Startup Summit. Which advice do you have for them? Those starting business.
Thank you very much. I think it's a laudable idea for our Zongo brothers and sisters to start doing something on their own. You understand, apart from us acquiring a skills and educational setup, this one is an initiative that will give you the opportunity to do your hand skills and to exhibit your skills in terms of development. So, in as much as we are interested in development in terms of education and formal sector, this is equally an important opportunity for our Zongo women to also develop in skills training. So skills training is one thing, and the educational informal sector is also another. And you could see that now even the government, it is calling for skills development and skills acquisition. When you also look at our schools, there is a program they are setting up. Is it STMS or something? STEM, which will help to develop our skills. So when you go to school, like the unemployment rate in our country now, it will not only limit yourself to the office work and office job. You can equally, as Zongo women, we can develop and repackage our local food that we have, like sobo, like drinks, like beer, like our wache, our own wache. We can pack it well, and cocoa, especially for breakfast, pack it well and sell it to the offices around. And it is a new development, new skills. So for me, I am one person through my African Neighbors Foundation who is advocating for skills acquisition for our Zongo women. So in fact, it is a good initiative, and we should all encourage it. Our imams, our mosques, our everywhere, we should talk about it. We should let our women in the Zongo be in the development sector. We can train our children in as much as we are giving them the formal education. We can also train them to learn skills. So even if you are in your husband's house when you marry and you haven't gotten the job yet, it is an opportunity for you to open or start up doing something skillful for yourself and for your children, for the community and for the society and for the nation and for the world at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's Hajia Mamatu Sharif of African Neighbors Foundation. She has told us whatever you heard right. So let's try to introduce development in our setup in the Zongo communities with regards to what we eat, what we wear, and what have you. We are still here at the largest community startup festival in Ghana, which is the Zongo Startup Summit.
Wa alaikum salam, Chairman.
Brother, tell us, what's your name?
I'm Sabali, the only name with a capital in the middle.
Really?
Yeah. Today we are not doing YouTube in here.
Tell us, why are we here?
Yeah, so basically, Sefag is here to pitch her business, and me being the co-founder, I'm here to support her.
What is Cefas?
Sefag, not Sefag.
Cefag?
Yes, Sefag is an abbreviation for Sechi's Fashion and Arts Gallery. So we are into basically anything fashion, anything wearable. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, the bag, the dress, the fan, and this. Yeah.
I see. How long have you been doing this?
So we started business not long ago, roughly 3 years now. We are still starting, but we have a mission. And the mission is basically to be global. But then how and where do we start from? That is why we are here. Yeah.
Solid. So what's your message to the entrepreneurs watching you, to the startups like yourself watching you?
All right. So all I'll say is consistency is always the key. You should be consistent in whatever you are doing. Don't say that because what you want, you are not getting it within the start, you are going to stop. No, that is not a spirit of an entrepreneur. It should be consistent, no matter what. One day. Even if not one day, if it is 2 days, still. The mission you have, it is going to be accomplished. That is basically what I have for entrepreneurs.
Solid. We'll join you at your table. That was Sabali, the co-founder of Cefag. Thank you for joining us. We are still here at the largest startup community event in Ghana, the Zongo Startup Summit 2023. Hello, bro.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing well. What's your name?
I'm Derek Ofori, co-founder of Rentman Global.
Tell us, what is it about?
Rentman is a platform that is aided in assisting students to, book accommodation with ease, so that before you come to the university, you'll be able to, book accommodation, so that the problem and the challenges of accommodation does not stifle your progress in continuing your university journey. So that's what Rentman aims, to
Solid.
achieve, and the impact we want to make.
Solid. How far have you started this?
We started this year. Yeah, so that's how far we've come.
And how is the growth going?
Oh, so far so good. By the grace of God, the growth has been very consistent, and we aim at taking it to a very high level.
What are some of the challenges so far?
Yeah, I think some of the challenges has to do with we being able to host all hostels around Accra and Ghana as a whole. So that's the the major challenge we are facing, and we are hoping that we'll be able to get some funds to be able to work on our marketing, so that we'll be able to host all hostels around every tertiary institution, so that it will become very easier for students to book.
So what's your message to those watching you?
My message to those watching me is that we are Rentman Global. Anytime you want to, book a hostel, come to Rentman Global, www.rentman.com. The N is 2. So, and also, if you're a hostel owner and you are watching me, you can come to our platform and register your hostel, so that the schools around your hostel will be able to, access you and book through you, and it will be a source of, revenue to you, and also a source of marketing to you, the hostel as well. So that's my message.
Thank you so much, Mr. Derek. Do enjoy the rest of your day, and wish you all the best in your team.
Thank you.
So we are still here at the Zongo Startup Summit, interacting with some business people. Hello, salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
What's your name?
My name is Yusuf. I'm the founder of Bola Hub. We are revolutionizing waste management. So specifically, we are dealing with schools. We educate them. They are able to segregate their waste. When we say segregating, they separate paper in one bin, rubber in one bin, then the food they eat and leave, that's left over in another bin. So we pick it up for free. So in this case, the schools don't even pay for waste again. Then we channel the paper to those who do zero. We sell it to them. We also sell the rubber to those who recycle rubber. We sell it to them. And the food, we give it to people who rear animals. And that's how we make our money. So basically, we are picking waste for free, but we are making money for selling that material. And we're also saving the environment, because we now prevent the extortion of virgin raw material. You know what plastic does to our communities. If you go to Zongo, the gutters are choked, and with small rain is flood. Our children are dying because of malaria. Is this gutters, the wastes are there, so when the water comes, it can't go. It serves as a stagnant water. A mosquito will have to grow from it. We want to prevent that. And like we always have a target that we want to make Zongo communities like Ashaima, Medina, Nima, Shukra to look like that of East Legon. It's possible. Encantoment, yeah. It's possible, and that's what we want to do. We are doing this with behavioral change. Just imagine somebody in school, kindergarten 1, he starts to segregate his waste up to the tertiary level. This is something that is part of him or her. And definitely growing up at home, it's easy for you to tell him that or her that segregate your waste, I will pick it up for free. Yeah.
So what's your message to young co-entrepreneurs, co-startups watching? What's the message to them?
So my message is that as entrepreneurs, we need to have perseverance, because in my line of business, I face a lot of challenges. I'm also encouraging not only entrepreneurs, those people at our Zongo communities who have money. They should come and support us, because we need money to make this a great thing. We are revolutionizing it. And we know, because we have done it. We are currently dealing with 20 schools. 20 schools, 6 months, we've made 30,000 Ghana cedis. So it's profitable.
So you need investors?
Yeah, we need investors, especially investors from Zongo. who understand how Zongo is. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf, right? Thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf. Wish you all the best. We are the largest community startup event in Ghana, the Zongo Startup Summit. We have one youngest poet in Ghana joining us. Why Mariam the female king?
Because I'm brave, courageous, and I never give up on what I want to do in future.
Wow, wow. Mariam the female king. That is a very unique name. Tell us, how did you start poetry?
I told my mother that I wanted to be a poetry, so she allowed me. So we started on that same day
Now tell me, why did you start poetry? Why do you like poetry?
because it is a very nice thing to convince people about what they are doing that is good or bad, and sometimes it shows them what they want to do, and sometimes it shows them what to do and never give up on what they want to do.
Solid, solid. So can you give us some freestyle? Hold the mic is yours. Hold it.
The Zongo in reality is not the Zongo I sense in this background. What at all inspires the hatred against us in our own campgrounds. Kullum suna kiran masu shaye-shaye, suna zargin masu kisan mutane. Ana ganin masu laifi, ana ganin mu a matsayin barayi, ana ganin mu musulman banza ne. Ana ganin masu fada kuma masu tashin hankali. Zongo is not a net synonymous to violence, neither an alternative expression of the sporadic shootings in the news headlines. Just a community misunderstood very often. A hood famous for crime cases it never committed. A community wanting to build for both the poor and rich yet never permitted. We at Zongo are united and lively. Our hearts have no space for disparity and discrimination, though we end up facing it most often. We are still united from that bias and trace from the shared values of moral uprightness. I understand anytime Goshang Zongo is being named and blamed, but whenever Gosha Zongo is never mentioned or praised. It's all fine. It's very fine if you test for a decision you are not responsible for. But I must tell you, if you hate me just because I hail from Zongo, then you must hate my religion just because you are related. And if you hate my religion, then you must hate my God. And if you hate my God, then you must hate your own self. And if you hate your own self, then I'm sorry to let you know you're probably out of your sense. If you're a Zongo still like my type and you are listening, help me send our best regards to those who disregarded and never regarded just because you hail from Zongo. That today, we are the idols. We are the engineers that built the soccer gym at Landing, Kudus. We are the royals that established the black tribe at Konongo Zongo, Blacko. We are the best of parents that raised the global peace pipe at Fadama, Imam Sharubutu. Charlie, I dey hear a lot. I dey hear a lot. Them say we no get the bees, but say wanna girls to all the be. We wanna cocoa them watch it to the be. My guy Charlie for talk them, for Zongo and everything they be. I just can't stop meditating on how my own who puts me to doubt the possibilities of my own destiny. But one thing for sure, I got billions of dreams tormenting my soul, all inspired by where I come from. Once I can perceive, I believe I got the power to achieve. Ba magana ilimin da kokom da muke taimakawa makasanmu, amma muna good mutukan wayanda suka taimaka a wujin saken labarin zongonninmu. Suna gani yau kamar latattu, amma gobe mu zai zama mai albarka ga kowa. Kowane zongo ganyen da take bukatar ruwa kadan da rana don ya tashi ya ciyar da duniya. In kun san ba za ku taimaka ma rayuwar ba, ka ku sa ku a cikin rayuwar don ku ga mun lalace, saboda mu ba abokan fada bane ko kuwa mu ba kishiyoyi bane. Thank you.
That's a solid performance there. That was Mariam the female king. What's your final message to those watching you?
I want to thank all of you for giving me all these gifts and allowing me to speak myself to all of you.
Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
So we are still here at the Zongo Startup Summit here at the National Mosque of Ghana. This is where we bring the end of our interviews at the Zongo Startup Summit 2023. My name is HAFIZ Larry. Don't forget to keep watching HAFIZ TV. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social media handles at HAFIZ TV. My outfit is by Borderland Clothing. You can reach Borderland Clothing on 054 9908759. Borderline Clothing. As you can see, if you want something like this, Borderline Clothing is where to get it from. Thank you for joining us. My name is HAFIZ Larry once again. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
HAFIZ TV, unique every day.